Pero ang nakakabahala nitong gobyernong Marcos Jr. na ito ngayon is very extreme and very radical changes of the budget ang ginagawa ng 17-man, 16-man bicameral conference committee, which in all views lacks the transparency needed or required by law. Kasi sila-sila lang, walang minutes, walang transcripts, walang kung ano-ano dyan. At sabi nga ni Professor Magno, this is the worst or the most corrupt budget in the entire history of the budget process of the Philippines.
Ba't niyo po nasabi na meron pong tamang tanong na walang gustong sumagot? The right question, no one wants to answer sa issue po sa PhilHealth.
Well, number one, MJ and Admar, una, ang budget process kasi, to put it simply, napakasimple din naman yung process ng budget process. You have the Department of Budget and Management Secretary who heads the development, the BBCC, no, the Budget Coordinating Committee. At sila yung gumagawa doon sa budget. At pagkatapos niyan, no, nasubmit na yung mga budget proposals ng mga national government agencies under the executive branch of government, ay tatawagin na yan na National Expenditure Program. Ito na yung budget ng Pangulo, no? At kung titingnan mo sa buong taon na ginawa nila yung NEP, nandyan it was proposed by the President himself sa NEP about 74 billion na budget sa PhilHealth, no? Lalong-lalo na sa subsidiya nga itong mga indirect beneficiaries, no, na hindi maka-afford magbayad sa insurance premium nila sa PhilHealth, no? Tapos ang ginawa sa Kongreso, binawasan nila at ginawa na lang atang 64 billion. It was I think proposed doon sa GAB na, no, yung General Appropriations Bill. Pero nga nung pumasok na ito sa BICAM ay talagang inalis, no? Zinero out itong portion na to ng budget ng PhilHealth, which to me really begs the question, no? Kung ang Pangulo ang gumawa niyan, no? Inaprobahan sa Senado at saka sa Kongreso during months of budget deliberations, bakit itong 17 or 16-man team of the Bicameral Conference Committee ay nag-decide lang, ora-orada, na tanggalin na natin yan? Di ba? So, the budget process has already been, shall I say, raped and torn to pieces, no? If I may say, no? MJ and Admar.
Opo, at kasi mismo si Vice President Sara Duterte na mismo nagsabi na ba't pa tayo magbabudget kung BICAM lang naman ang masusunod in the end? At saka kung hindi siguro nag-ingay, no? Dahil sa quote-unquote noise, hindi siguro i-review ang budget dahil today sana ang ceremonial signing ng 2025 national budget. Pero dahil nga sa matinding noise, nagkaroon ng recourse ang Malacanang at nire-review nila ngayon ang laman ng pambansang pondo next year.
Tama, no? MJ and Admar, no? At hindi naman yan unusual, no, na i-review pa ng Pangulo before he signs into law yung budget for the following year, no? Nangyari yan kay PRRD, nangyari naman yan, no? At si PRRD nga nag-veto yan, nag-line veto yan nung I think it was 2019, no? Kung saan nakita din niya yung mga pork barrel like insertions, no, doon sa budget nun in terms of infra projects, no. Pero ang nakakabahala nitong gobyernong Marcos Jr. na ito ngayon is very extreme and very radical changes of the budget ang ginagawa ng 17-man, 16-man bicameral conference committee, which in all perspectives or in all views lacks the transparency needed or required by law. Kasi sila-sila lang, walang minutes, walang transcripts, walang kung ano-ano dyan. At sabi ko na nga, no, At sabi nga ni Professor Magno, this is the worst or the most corrupt budget in the entire history of the budget process of the Philippines. Kasi nga, number one, for one, it's unconstitutional because there's a certain provision in the Constitution that the Department of Education should have the highest budgetary allocation priority. Pero ang nangyari, because of the BICAM, mas lumaki ang budget for DPWH kesa sa DepEd. And not just DepEd. If you combine the approved budget of DepEd, yung state universities and colleges, plus the CHED, the Commission on Higher Education, three of which are managing the entire education program of government, ay mas malaki pa rin ang DPWH by about 300-something billion, precisely because the BICAM inserted that amount doon sa proposed budget of the DPWH. Hindi hiningi ng DPWH, dinagdagan ngayon ng 370 plus something billion. So, I mean, you don't have to be a genius or an economist or an accountant to understand that there's something really, really wrong. And hindi nga natin ma-explain na bakit nagkaganito. Kung titingnan mo, Marcos Jr. has the supermajority in Congress. He has the supermajority in the Senate. No? He has all these people around him, intelligent people, technocrats and bureaucrats alike. Pero nangyayari pa rin yung ganito, which again ratifies the statement previously uttered by the Vice President na dalawa lang talaga nagkokontrol ng budget natin. Etong si Martin Romualdez at saka yung right-hand man niya na chairman on the Committee of Appropriations na si Zaldico.
Tsaka kung pagbabatayan mo, marami ang panawagan na ang BICAM ay isa publiko. In fact, si former chair ng BICAM, former chair ng House Committee on Appropriations, si Congressman Ungab, nagsabi na yun nga, nirereklamo niya yung kawalan ng minutes at kawalan ng transparency. Ano kaya magagawa ng publiko dito, Sir EB, para ma-demand natin ang transparency sa BICAM? Dahil sinabi ngayon ni Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel na pwede pa naman daw sila mag-convene at mag-overtime para ayusin ang budget sa susunod na taon.
Yun na nga, no? In fact, nag-meeting daw sila, no? Pero may pronouncement na si Bongbong Marcos niyan. He's done with the Senate or he's done with Congress, no? Entirely. So sila na lang daw ang magre-review ng budget nila because he has to sign this law before the year ends. Otherwise, we will have a reenacted budget next year. Pero ang to answer your question, I think it is high time, no, MJ and Admar, that people like Professor Magno or Coco Pimentel or whoever, no, yung mga public intellectuals na talagang pinapakinggan ng taong bayan, no, ay mag-file na ng petition sa Supreme Court, no, na pakitingnan nga nila kasi maraming nagsasabi, even Attorney Vic Rodriguez, when I had a chance to interview him during one of my live streams, no, well, in fact, it was a personal interview, no, in person. Sinabi niya na he thinks, no, and then by the way things are, itong BICAM is unconstitutional. It's not part of the budget process. If you look at the setup, no, both houses, no, they are a collegial body. No, itong House of Representatives, itong Senate, they're a collegial body, no. They work on the rule of the majority, no. Pero yun na nga, no, na-undermine itong kanilang pagiging collegial, no, doon sa plenaryo during the time of the Bicameral Conference Committee. That's one. Secondly, yun na nga the lack of transparency. So yung dalawang yan, I hope, no, somebody will tackle it and probably file a petition doon sa Supreme Court, no? Because the budget is the lifeblood of the entire country for one whole year. So I think dapat na, no, na may maglakas loob na pumunta sa Korte Suprema at itanong kung nasa konstitusyon ba itong pamamaraan ng Bicameral Conference Committee, MJ.